Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So you might be wondering why I'm already half made up, but the reason is today I am going to be testing out or trialling or tutorialing some anime makeup that I saw NikkieTutorials do on her channel. Basically because I've been invited to volunteer at a local Comic-Con and the only condition is that I need to dress up. So I decided that this was probably the best way forward. I love making up my face, and for me it's all about the makeup. That's what makes it believable. So I thought, well, why not? The great thing about that is foundation wise I can just stay the same. Now I did post a little clip on Instagram just explaining about the weather today in the UK. We are having thunderstorms, we are having lightning, so if all of a sudden you hear some weird kind of strange rumble or you see some weird kind of flashy lights, please feel free to turn off, come back, whatever, whiz it forward a little bit with the little button and probably it'll go away, and hopefully we won't be interrupted too much today. So as I said, I have already put my foundation onto my face. I've concealed. I have somewhat set my eyes, but I'm probably going to go in with some powder and set that down as well, and then we're going to get started. I'm a little bit excited, sorry, just a tiny weeny bit. So first of all, the first thing I'm going to do, I bought a tiny little beauty blender, as you can see, and I'm just going to go in and I'm going to set down my eyes because that is where we are going to be doing most of the work today, because that's what's going to make this look. So bear with me a second, we will just do that. Has anyone used these before? They're a bit weird. I think I was just expecting them to be as soft as the normal beauty blenders and they're just not. So you will probably have to bear with me. It might be a case of I'm going to do my other eye off camera, I'm going to test out some ideas and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so I went away, did the other eye. It was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I'm going to show you. Are you ready for this, guys? So yeah, it does look somewhat like an eyeball. Have to admit, I think I went a little bit too much with the white here, but I'm going to show you what I did. So I started off with just a transition colour here that I went into here with, and I'll do that now. And it was this orangey colour here, and I just used that to work my way in and to create that first upper eyelid. So literally just went in and created that upper eyelid like so. Now what I would say is don't panic. This look almost looks a mess before it looks good. So it is one of those kind of bear with it kind of looks. And there we have the start of the upper eyelid. Now the sunlight has come out a little bit here, so bear with me, it's a bit difficult to see what I'm doing. What I then went in and I just blended that out first. And then I went back in with this brick red colour here and I deepened up that crease somewhat. And I then blended that out quite a lot up towards my eyebrow. Like so. And as I said, this is definitely a look that, to begin with, looks a wee bit crazy and then all of a sudden all comes together. So I'll just blend that out. I actually took a little bit more and blended just a little bit higher in. And don't panic too much if you go too high, too low. You are going to cut a crease here. So then just what I then do is I'm then just going to go in and I'm going to cut that crease and I'll be right back. And there we are, we're back. That crease is cut, as you can see. So then what I then did, and I just set it with a bright white. I used Glucose from my Jeffree Star palette and I just set it with that because then I knew that this was not moving at all. Now as I went upwards I actually put a little bit more white because that's the bit you're going to see. Now Nikki Tutorials in hers, she actually used a Juvia's Place palette, however I don't have that, and that has like a sparkly white in, which I think probably would definitely work better with this look. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to stick with the browns or if I'm going to do like a blue colour. As you know, before I said blues weren't mine. I may actually even go in with some of these bright colours and do it with that. I haven't quite decided yet. So that is something that might be coming up. We'll be testing it out. So once I'd done this, I then went in with the Super Cat pen liner and I drew out the big winged liner. And I'm going through this quite quickly. However, take your time, do it gently. This is what I would suggest, because the first one took me ages and ages. And there you have it. So that is, I don't know if you guys can see, but that's what I'm going to fill in. And I have been using their Real push-up liner by pushing some of that out and painting it on. So I'm just going to get that done and then I'll be back. And here we go, guys. So after this, I went in with a black eyeshadow and I just patted that all over the lid so that it set that eyeliner so that it would not move. Just so that it was set on that eyelid and was not moving anywhere. It also helps to make sure that that eyelid is as black as it possibly can be. There we go. And that's that done. So what I then had to do, and this was the scary bit if you like, I took a nude pencil and started to create a new eye just underneath here for my new eyeball. So I'm going to do that now. And literally I just came down to here and then just kind of went up to there just to create that new eyeball shape. Now one of the things I noticed I did here is I put quite a lot of white. I'm not sure if that was needed, however it just seemed like the right thing to do. So following that, I then went in to draw in my eyeball and I just got some normal face paint in white, gave it a quick spritz with some water, and then I've got this brush here and this brush is curved, which makes this so much easier, and it's just a very small pencil like brush. And then I just went in and created a new eyeball almost all the way down to here, and then oops, all the way around to here. Now obviously you want your eyeball to be round, but mine currently isn't, so it does take a little bit of work to get it done right, and this was the slowest bit for me, was making sure that my eyeball was actually as round as it could be. There we go, which is how I ended up with, I think, slightly too much white, but there we go, that is the eyeball there. So like I said, I have brown eyes, so what I then did is I went in and I got my darkening drops, because that's almost the same colour as my own eye. I just popped a little bit on a little piece of card and I used that to create myself a little eyeball. So bear with me, we'll get that. And I'm just using this Maybelline little brush, which is the perfect shape for creating that. So I went in and I started up by my lash line and just painted in the pupil of my, or the coloured bit, the iris of my eye. And there we go. So I then followed that up, and I was trying to figure out what I could put in the, because obviously you can see the crease there. So I decided to go in with an Avon Glimmer Stick, which is in Moonlit Brown, because that is just the right colour, and I just put that into my waterline like so. So that then that all matched. There we go. I think probably what I've done is I've actually made my eyeball a little bit big, but anyway. So the next thing I did was I went into Candy Floss from Jeffree Star, and I just created some little pink moments here and here, so that then you can see like the corners of my eye are pink in there. And I created a little tiny bit on the other side as well, but mainly here. And then I followed that up with, don't you hate it when you can't remember what you followed it up with? Oh, I followed it up with a little bit of the liquid highlighter in Luminous Gold. And then I created just in the centre a very tiny kind of bit of this, so that then it kind of glints. I don't know if you can see. I feel like maybe I might need to put a little bit more than I actually put on the other eye, so we will see. And I just went in and I popped that right there in the middle, so that then as I move, you can see it moves as well. That was the first thing I did. I put some of that, and then I went in with Donor from Blood Sugar again here, and that just then deepens up that beautiful gold in the middle. As you can see. And then I finally went back over Donor with some more of that liquid gold, so that at least the eyes have some sort of depth to them, because if you just have a matte brown on there, well, no one's eyeball looks like a matte brown colour, unless I guess it's not a real eye, which this clearly isn't, but anyway. And then I just popped that colour all the way along, like so. So that was that. I then went in and I recreated the colour that I'd done on the top underneath here, just as you would if you were doing under your lash line. So first of all, I went in with the transition shade here, and I just blended that all out under that now new lower lash line. Yeah. Now, as I said, this is the bit where you are going to think, oh my god, what has she got me doing? This is crazy. Like, it looks awful. However, bear with it. It won't look awful always, okay? And yes, you will for a little while look like you've been punched. It's fine. So then you go in then on the other side with that deeper colour, and we're just going to pop that on here. Like so. There we go. And then we are again just going to blend that out. There we are. And we just keep blending. So, yes, it looks a real mess. Don't panic though, that's okay. What we're now going to do is we're going to bring some life to this eyeball. So we're going to go back into the white face paint, and we're gently going to add in some wetness to these eyelids. Now, you might need to get a little bit up close and personal with it. What I find is the closer I get, it's easier. And we're just going to add some little lines in across the eyelid to make it just look that little bit wet. Look, see? Like so. And then the same in here. We're going to go here and here, so that it almost looks a little bit wet in the corner. Now again, take your time, it's fine. You need to be gentle with it. And there we have that little wet bit there, see? So the next thing to do is to add some lashes. Now, what I've had to do this time is I had to cut these from a set, simply because I couldn't find the singular half ones. I think probably because it's not Halloween. So I just cut them from a full set of the ones that we've got on the top. Then we're just going to take some glue and stick that onto the bottom. Again, you may find that you need a little bit more glue than you would normally put on. Or at least I find that I do. This is always the fun bit, putting some of these lashes on, right? Have two. And last but not least, the one that needs to just pop in the middle. And there we have that one as well. Now, I've just noticed that these aren't quite as high up as the previous ones, but that's fine. I mean, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Today isn't the day for wearing the lashes, thank God. So then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to pop the other lash on the top, and I will come back to you and we'll sort everything else out. And there we have the final eye look. This one just looks a little bit more sad than this one. Anyway, so the next thing we're going to work on is we are going to use blush to contour. We are going to have to go in with a very pink blush, which is going to be, I think, this beautiful pink here. I'm going to use a little bit of that, and we are going to contour our face with it, and we're also going to come up here with it a little bit. There we go. Same on this side. Little contour with that pink, little bit up there. So far so good. So the next thing we're going to do, oh, that was a big crack. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to take our little highlighter brush and we are going to highlight all of these points. So I'm going to highlight using the MUA Undress Your Skin because it's very, very bright, and that's the kind of thing we want to achieve. I'm just going to put some here. Okay. A little bit there. Some there. That's a very bright highlighter now. And then, oh, the other thing we have to do, I completely forgot. We need to contour our nose so it looks tiny. So we're going to contour our nose and we're going to try and just make it look really tiny by contouring the end there and here. Now, you guys who've watched a couple of my videos will probably know that contouring is not my thing. I am not great at it. But we're going to have a go at trying to make our nose as tiny as possible. And hopefully this will work. Because we kind of want like a dull nose. There we go. So that is that. And then the next thing and last thing of the makeup look is we are going to create like an ombre lip. So we're going to go in with a little bit of the Revolution Pro in Attitude. So we're going to pink that there. That's the first thing we're going to do. So then we're going to take a tiny bit of the MAC Liquid Lip Lacquer in red, and we are going to put a tiny bit there. That's it. And we're going to just blend the middles. Like so. hard for you to see on camera how good this is, but if I get a bit close, it's cool, right? I quite like that look. And then we're just going to go over it with a sparkly gloss from Sexy Mother Pucker. There. Like so. So there we have it. I will have something else to complete this look and I will be back. And here it is, guys, the final Comic-Con look. What do we all think? Do we want more videos like this? What do we want? But I'm absolutely, I must say, I'm loving this wig. You can see I keep touching it. I'm loving this look. I can't wait for Comic-Con to arrive. I'm not sure where that's supposed to be. And I love it. And if there's anybody that I need to ask if it works, I think it probably has to be my son. So 2 minutes and we're going to ask him. Lucas, come here.
That's good.
Does that work?
Yes.
Shall I show you something else?
Yeah.
Close my eyes. Can you still see my eyes are open?
Yes.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, the 8-year-old loves it. On that note, guys, thank you again for watching. Please leave a like, please leave a subscribe or a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, please feel free to leave me a comment. Okay, on that, happy Sunday, guys. Mwah.